This is the true inverted Aeropress. This is Hailie. She has never seen this video, and I feel like this will just be upsetting.
I'm scared.
So here it is, the greatest video of all time.
Do I have to hit play?
Yeah, you have to hit play. You have to watch this. You're already seeing the thumbnail.
No, I'm seeing the Pyrex dish under the Aeropress is what I'm seeing. It wasn't a bad idea to start, but you have to flip it, my dude. This is triggering. This hurts.
This is amazing.
Is he gonna drink it out of the Pyrex? Because you made your bed, dude, now you gotta lie in it. This is so bad!
Just close the lab, yeah.
I can't do it.
For those of you who didn't know, there is an Aeropress recipe, which is a cold brew recipe that it takes 2 minutes to do. And I have Hailie here, and she is a non-believer of this recipe. So
Just keeping an open mind.
basically what you do, and there's a video by European Coffee Trip, what you do is I think you use a espresso grind size, and you use room temperature water, and you agitate for a whopping 1 minute, and then you gently press down.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess because we're thinking that the agitation mitigates the need for either time or temperature or both in extracting coffee, and I'm really curious to see if this works just because it totally would go against everything. It's not something that I would have thought would work, so I'm excited to see what happens.
Yes, so we're gonna try this.
Do I like pre-warm and wet the filter? Do I just wet it with?
You gotta watch the recipe. We gotta watch the video. We gotta watch the video.
During time, from 10
Okay.
seconds during his
Okay.
original recipe to 60 seconds.
Okay.
Let's check it out.
He doesn't say anything about pre-wetting the filter. Oh, he's grinding
so
now.
Use
Okay.
15 grams of coffee.
15
very fine
grams.
Filter
15.
Or espresso
15.
grind size. Coffee from your Gaggia region.
That guy's
So,
local,
again,
the
these being
Aeropress
from
founder.
Heck yeah, Aeropress is in Palo
These are
Alto.
from Ethiopia and from your Gaggia region.
Okay, this is the question that we've all been waiting for. He does not say. Okay, all right.
Well, we could try pre-wet. And
We're just
not.
gonna pre-wet it. Oh,
60, 70 grams.
Now the important part, you keep stirring it for 60 seconds.
okay. And then I'm really excited to see how this turns out because I also don't typically grind Aeropress that fine. So yeah, maybe the combination of like the super fine grind and the agitation for 60 seconds, but like really, 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 really low brew temperature, maybe all of that combined makes it good. Because I feel like if you were to grind super fine and brew at like a really hot temperature, you just over extract with Aeropress. But all right, let's find out.
It's the magic.
It's Aeropress magic.
Coffee we're gonna use. What do we have?
Let's use this methodical coffee. No, yes, we're gonna use this methodical coffee that we have on the wall right now. Wonder if I should go with the fresher or the rested one for this. Probably the fresher one, that's pretty rested. So let's see.
What coffee is this? I do not know.
Washed Honduras.
It smells
from
really good.
Methodical. It's really, really delicious, super expressive.
Super fragrant.
Still pretty mellow though. Definitely like not a true light roast, but also not in the medium roast spectrum either, but still like round, sweet, with like honey, but like also some blackberry boysenberry situations going on with it.
Yeah, and all of those are gonna be deleted when you do this recipe.
Hey, I mean, like, it's not true cold brew, right? Like, breaks down the chemical bonds in coffee over time because water is the universal solvent. So, like, as cold brew sits, chemicals break down, and therefore, we're on Valencia Street, it's loud. Therefore, cold brew is smooth because all of its complexities have been broken down by water over the course of whatever the 20 hours that cold brew typically brews. So, we'll see how much complexity is in this.
Yeah, and because cold brew has such a long brew time, that's why all these nerds dislike it, because it gets rid of all the fancy complexities in coffee.
Well, it's not so much disliking, more of a, it should be spoken, it's not super complex, right? But folks want to market it as such, which is not entirely true, right? So coffee's about being transparent, right? I'm gonna go grind the coffee on the floor, so I'm put my mask on, I'll be right back.
Enthusiasts, you guys dislike cold brew? but maybe this will be better.
Yeah, and also like I feel like I enjoy a cold brew every once in a while, but saying that like I don't, the reasons that I enjoy it are not because it's like a super expressive, complex cup of coffee. It's enjoyed for different reasons, I think, right? Like it's not.
Yeah, I just want like and it's super easy to make at home. Like, you know, no hate on anybody who does cold brew.
No, not at all. Also, there's no right or wrong way to, I mean, there are ways to extract coffee that will extract more evenly, but there's no right or wrong way to, at the end of the day, you like coffee how you like coffee, and that's the point. It's subjective, right?
Yes, and that's why we're
Not
going to try
objective.
this out. So, it should be super interesting. I'm actually really interested
I'm really interested to see, because I've been wondering, I read this like years ago in Aeropress's instructions, and I've been always I needed to work up the guts to try it. You know?
You've been conflicted. You're like, does this actually work? Okay, so you're supposed to put in 60 to 70 grams?
60 to 70, all right.
So that's like how do I math? 15 times
I don't know how to math either. I'm
1 to
going to
5
put this
ratio.
in easier to pour situation. How many again? One more time.
Just put 70 grams.
70 grams, got it.
1 to 5. Room temp filtered water.
Was that 180? Did I not
That is 180.
We're going to do it. We're going to see what happens. We're going to see what happens. What is that ratio?
That is like a regular AeroPress recipe.
Yeah, I'm so used to doing, okay, so it's really dripping. I'm not used to this.
You're supposed to stir 60 seconds.
I am stirring 60 seconds. Look at me go.
I feel like you need to go like actual hard.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, you actually have to
I'm
agitate.
used to like going really gently because you don't want to like over agitate.
Well, I think in this case we have to agitate
Very
a lot.
unnatural. But hey, I mean, if it works, it works, you know? I just feel weird. But if it works, it works.
Yeah, you need to do the right ratio next time. Okay, I guess we can try again with the right ratio, but let's see if this tastes
Do we pour it
good.
over ice?
I'm pretty sure this will probably taste okay pouring over ice. You're supposed to press gently.
Very gently. This is not my normal AeroPress pressing rate. Is this illegal? Are we gonna get in trouble?
You're gonna get arrested for coffee abuse here.
Do I just keep pressing when it gets hard? Or like, am I done pressing now? Because there's still liquid in there. But it's like rejecting me. This is not, why is it ground so fine?
I think you'd use too much water, right? Is that why? 180 versus 70?
I
But
mean, that's like a normal AeroPress recipe though. It smells like room temperature coffee. How much water do I add to it? Do I add ice? Is that what it is?
I don't know. I feel like I just want to drink it straight and see what happens.
You want to drink it straight?
Yes.
Okay. This is illegal.
Okay, and then I want to do one with the proper recipe.
Brian, I have your coffee, is what I would say if I were working in a cafe. All right. Oh boy.
Cheers. Smells like regular water.
It extracted more than I thought it was going to, but if you iced this, it would be really diluted. But that's also because I used the incorrect ratio. So that was on me, for sure.
Now you need to do it again with the right ratio.
But this actually doesn't taste half bad. I can't even tell a lie.
Yeah, no, actually this actually tastes pretty decent.
And like, that is all to say, this whole video has been, like, I love AeroPress to the end of day, and I've had a long-standing love for AeroPress, but I was just very confused. I was very confused, because I'd never heard of such a proposition of brewing coffee at room temperature.
So there actually is acidity in this. Towards the end.
There is.
That is surprising to me. Maybe it's because you did the fine grind and the agitation.
Just like really went for it too. Like halfway through, I was just really going for the agitation. You gotta really like aggressively agitate this, or else it's not gonna pull as much out. This is really surprising.
Now you need to try the right ratio.
Okay.
So that actually was okay, and that recipe was off. And I think you could start with the regular 1 to 5 there that they're doing, and then agitate or dilute anyway, because that's probably what people are doing.
Yeah.
But this actually tasted pretty good.
Yeah, truly, for all intents and purposes.
Now we're gonna try the correct ratio, which is 1 to 5. That was like what?
I'm not gonna miss it.
180, 15 in with more traditional Aeropress ratio. And I think the concentration will really help here in actually making it taste okay.
Well, especially.
It actually tasted okay already, but make it taste better.
Well, it tastes better also poured over ice, right? Because it tasted okay, but it was still like room temperature at the end of the day. And if we would have put it over ice, because I made more of a traditional, like what would be used for like a hot Aeropress recipe, it would have been, yeah, it just would have been really watery over ice.
Okay, let's put this over ice then.
Let's do it. I'm still blown away right now. This is pretty cool. Go Aeropress. Go Aeropress.
Okay, 15 grams.
Did you see that? Right there. I'm reclaiming myself. I'm reclaiming my formal title.
Absolutely amazing.
All right. My name's Hailie. I'll be here all day. I'll be right back though. I'm gonna go grind some coffee. Really excited to try the correct ratio right now because honestly, that coffee, I think the agitation did it. So for a long time, I was the barista like proponent of temperature or timer, both. Like you can't have neither. But the agitation, they do tell you that agitation can over extract. So why wouldn't it be able to extract just enough if you don't add temperature to it? This is really changing my thinking. Thank you, Aeropress.
This is a Zoomer coffee experience here.
Taking my barista sensibilities and just like opening my mind up to the what do you call them? Zoomer?
Zoomer espresso, Zoomer coffee.
So if they're a Zoomer, so I'm just a barista, but I have like Aeropress is making me think Zoomer. I feel like I feel old.
You feel old?
Yeah. This is unfair.
Okay, so 15 grams.
15 grams in, we're gonna shake it out. I don't want to over extract too much. And then 70 grams, correct? 70.
And then you agitate for...
Ooh, exactly 70.
Exactly
That's
70.
Really no water at all, but okay.
Agitate like crazy.
Oh, I'm agitating so crazy that I can't even contain the agitation in the chamber.
You have to do it for a whole minute.
Yeah, this is... Have you ever made a roux for like gumbo? Which is really funny because I'm from California. I've only ever done that one time. But this is what this is like. You just stir for a long time.
And you are getting
vigorously
dripping too already.
Is it dripping?
Yes.
Okay, so we're at 40 seconds. It smells like coffee.
So the longer ratio had a little bit of acidity at the end, but it was still, I guess, pretty smooth, which is interesting.
Yeah.
This one should be way more concentrated and...
Extremely. All right, that's it. I agitated for exactly 1 minute. Here we go. I'm not going to press on the Acaia. I'm not...
Poor Acaia. You got to press gently.
Gentle press. Firmly grasp it. That was a SpongeBob reference. Oh my God. How do I gently... What am I getting out of it? Literally, what am I doing wrong? Am I even... Is this legal? There's so much pressure in the chamber right now. It's literally forcing my hand back up the opposite direction. That's it. I think that's all. I think that's all we get.
You get your...
That's it. Look, I think that's all we get. Check it out. Check it out. Yeah, there's like nothing else in there.
Yeah.
Okay, well...
Okay, well...
So now do we don't drink it, Brian. We don't drink it. We get some ice cubes and dilute with a little bit of water and then get ice cubes because it's not going to melt the ice very much, right? So a little water.
Okay, so I guess we...
Now I'm in the mood of like agitating really aggressively. I'm just doing it
so
everywhere.
We did the same ratio last time. We did.
So freeing.
We did to 180 last time, and we split it each. This is 70, so if we dilute it, 110.
110, yeah, I think that's, all right, let's do it. Let's see.
Well, I think that's how math works.
I'm not, 120, man, I'm really bad at math.
Okay, well, it should be okay.
Still should be good.
Oh, I should have tried a little bit of it concentrated. Maybe we should try a Prismo one too, just for fun.
Oh my God, I don't even think we're gonna, if I couldn't press down on this one, I'm not gonna be able to press down on
You should do
Prismo.
it, you should do the Prismo.
Prismo is gonna be the end of me, Brian.
So we diluted it, and it probably is gonna taste completely fine, which is...
It looks completely fine. It looks a little bit light. A little bit light. That could be because I over poured by 10 grams.
Yeah, and you only get like, get barely anything. Okay, okay.
What are you saying to me, coffee? Probably gonna taste good? All right, let's try it.
Cheers.
Cheers. It's not horrible. It's pretty good. It's really, it brought out a lot of the chocolatiness of this coffee, and it probably, I mean, we probably did lose some complexity by me diluting it by 10 grams too much, and also by not brewing it hot, but I mean, if I got this as an iced coffee, I wouldn't be mad.
I feel like this tastes a lot better than doing immersion cold brew. Like, I would have to try
That's
this
fair.
specific coffee, but this only took like 5 minutes in total to
true.
do.
That's
like,
really
to
true.
set up and actually brew.
It does taste more complex than immersion, like an immersion cold brew would, honestly. Like it still has that smoothness because the cold temperature probably didn't bring out any like true acidity. But yeah, I mean it's still got this like nuanced complexity underneath.
It's in the aftertaste that there's actually something there.
Yes.
Whereas with
Agreed.
immersion, if you do 24 hours, in the aftertaste, there's like literally, it's like chocolate usually.
You're like sweet chocolate or dark
yeah.
chocolate, or maybe a different kind of chocolate, maybe chocolate truffle, but there's not really a whole lot of, like cold brew is pretty much always gonna,
Tastes very
it's always gonna
similar.
very much
yeah.
chocolatey.
But
that's because water, I mean, it's the universal solvent, right? Like it breaks stuff down by its very nature. That's what it does. And it's going to do that to coffee if you let it sit long enough in the coffee, which again, not necessarily a horrible thing. Cold brew is really smooth. It can be a delicious thing on a hot day. I enjoy it, but it's just not something that you want to go for if you're looking for a complex thing, something really bright, something acidic and expressive.
well, what do you think?
I'm a convert. Not that I was a non-believer before. I think I was more of a hesitant. I had some trepidation, for sure. But I don't really have any trepidation anymore. I honestly want to go home and try this. I probably do still prefer brewing something hot in an AeroPress and then pressing it over ice myself, just because I personally like that sweetness and that acidity and that brightness present in my iced coffee. But if I was brewing something for friends who like something a little bit smoother, a little bit more rounded and less like acidic right in the main frame, I would definitely do something like this over immersion cold brew, honestly. If I was, yeah.
Yeah, and this was really easy to do. I mean, immersion cold brew at home is very easy to do, but this was in like 5 minutes.
Literally,
and
if
yeah,
that.
and I feel like this actually tastes better than regular immersion cold brew.
I
because
agree.
There's, even though I guess it's not as like quote unquote complex as what most people would say, there is definitely some acidity, there's, you get notes in this.
It's the nuanced, yeah, like it's
Yeah.
the nuanced complexity, but like it definitely is enough, right? It's
Yes.
present.
Yeah,
For sure.
and that's something that you don't necessarily get with with like regular, like 24-hour long immersion cold
No,
brew. So
no, you can't. There's no way.
So this was pretty good.
Heck yeah.
Now you need to try hot bloom cold brew.
Hot brewed, flash brew over ice. Hot brew cold, what?
Hot bloom cold brew. You need to try that. Have you
But
never
that
heard of
doesn't
this?
No, but that doesn't even make it not cold.
Hot bloom cold brew. Okay, all right. Well, maybe we'll record another video another time, but
Hot bloom. My
hot
brain
bloom
hurts,
cold brew.
Brian.
Yeah,
That doesn't make any
Zoomer
sense.
techniques are upsetting you.
This is really great. You're taking a barista of whatever, like almost a decade, and like making a Zoomer. out of
Zoomer
me, and it
espresso,
just
Zoomer
keeps-
coffee. Let's go. Radical techniques.
Let's go. These are the times.
Okay, well, yeah, this was supposed to be for fun. Here's Hailie
Totally
again.
fun.
We're
Thanks,
at,
guys.
Yep, fun
Thanks for having me,
video.
Brian.